Are you planning to come to Vietnam as an English teacher? Are you from Africa? Do you have a dark skin? Or like they say, are you someone with color? People with color. That's how they call it. So we need to be sincere about that. If you fall into this category, then this video is for you. I'm here to tell you what to expect as a black-skinned guy who wants to be an English teacher in Vietnam. Just be with me. Let's go through some tips. Let's go through some points that you need to know or you need to expect so you don't get surprised anytime you come to Vietnam to be an English teacher. Let's go.
SUbCiDy Team Nobody. Hey,
hello.
men down home. I saw you on down home. I late to a fear.
Oh my God.
At the panel bobu on the towo. Hey, could your wife try be I visit say na get 10 billion. Bagare, na mo casio. My one time I be at the patio.
Boy, Melody. Boy, Melody. Sin ciao, it's your boy Melody. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. To my old subscribers, I say thank you so much for being supportive to my channel, always sticking with me, and to people who are new here, I say thank you so much for being here. Whatever that brought you here, I say hey, thank you so much. Don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel, join my family and make it grow. Thank you once again. Join the SUbCiDy family. Let's strive for glory. Let's strive for success. Let's strive for travels. Let's strive for everything. Now let's go into the video.
Now, tip number 1. Let's talk about physical appearance. So when we talk about physical appearance, we mean how you look like. Are you young? Are you handsome? Are you ugly? Are you fair colored? Are you completely dark colored person? Are you old? Alright, so from my own experience that I've seen, being an English teacher in Vietnam, most of the times they don't like people who are too old people. So if you are a black-skinned guy and you are too old, people see you to be an ugly person. So you need to check that very well before you come to Vietnam. If you are over 40 years and coming to Vietnam to be a teacher, it's sometimes very difficult to get yourself a job. That is the fact. That is the fact. Yes, some people wouldn't agree with me, but that is based on my own experience, based on what I have seen. Now, how do you look like? Are you handsome or ugly? If you are someone who people call you to be ugly, with all due respect, not to disrespect anybody, hey, I beg your pardon, just stay back. If you think even in your country people call you as an ugly person, then stay back and don't go to Vietnam, because they are going to use words like saucy. Saucy means ugly for you, and I don't think you will be very happy about that. If you are fat, now then get ready to be called well. They are going to call you fat person, and if you are a quick-tempered person, that is going to irritate you. So first of all, look at your physical appearance before you go to Vietnam. Now, if you are someone who doesn't like using perfumes, then hey, start to get yourself some nice perfumes for yourself so you smell so good and look attractive to them. That is point number 1 for you. Now, tip number 2. This is another thing you need to expect so you don't get surprised. Mafia Employers. I repeat, Mafia Employers. Yes, I'm not saying all employers in Vietnam are mafias, but if you are not smart enough, you will get yourself a mafia employer. You know, by the way, with my experience, yes, I had some bad experiences and good experiences, but mostly I love to talk about my last experience, which was so perfect, which was so good. I was like a family member of my employers. I was like a business partner of my employers. They saw me as one of them and didn't treat me badly. So with my experience, that's the only one I want to talk about. That's the one I love to talk about. So you watch out for mafia employers who will make you work, and give you small salaries. Employers who will make you work, and not pay you at all. Employers who do not care about your health, they only care about the work you are doing. If you are sick, you don't have the right to be sick. Employers who do not listen to whatever you say. Employers who do not care about your security. Watch out, there are so many of them in Vietnam. Yes, there are good ones over there, but if you don't look smart, you're going to get yourself a mafia employer. So the advice I'm going to give is, anytime you are given a contract, make sure your contract is not more than 2 pages. Mostly employers with 3 or more pages of contracts are mafia employers. So take note about that. Employers with few words on their contracts do not mean to harm you. This is the point number 2. You should take note. Now, point number 3, let's talk about motorbikes. So, the easiest way of transportation, or the fastest way of transportation, the most commonest way of transporting yourself in Vietnam is the use of motorbikes. So, if you are someone who is not interested in driving around with motorbikes, don't venture going to work in Vietnam. If you are someone who do not want to learn how to drive motorbike around, then stay away from Vietnam. That's why I said motorbike is the easiest and commonest way of transportation. Yes, you may get yourself a job in only a training center, where you will stay in a training center and work without using motorbikes to go to work. But still, you need to learn how to ride a motorbike so you can make some errands for yourself and for your company. But if you are going to work for a public school, then trust me, your main means of transportation is going to be the driving around with motorbikes. You can go or drive like 1 hour, 30 minutes, 20 minutes on a motorbike, same way when you are coming back. So take note, if you don't like motorbikes, stay away from work in Vietnam, or stay away from teaching job in Vietnam. That's point number 3. Now let's talk about point number 4. You need to be someone who has full energy and also very creative, and you have lots of games to play with the kids. Why am I saying that? So in Vietnam, if you are very active in class, it means basically that you are a good teacher. If you have lots of games to play with kids, you are a good teacher to the kids. Because when kids go home, they tell their parent that The teacher is very good. He is friendly and he plays lots of games with us. So like I said, you need to take note of that. If you are someone who is inactive, a dull person, don't venture being an English teacher in Vietnam. If you are someone who is not creative enough to get loads of games to play with kids, do not venture to go teach in Vietnam. If you don't listen to this advice, you are going to be called a boring teacher. You are going to be called a lazy teacher. You are going to be called a bad teacher. I am speaking from experience, what I have seen. So kindly take note of that. If you are preparing to go teach in Vietnam, then you need to be an active person, even if you are not. And you need to also learn how to play a lot of games, to entertain kids, lot of games to make your classes very interesting. That is point number 5. Now, point number 5. Let's talk about destructive TAs. Destructive TAs. Why am I saying this? Okay, so there are some instances or some experiences that I saw elsewhere, some with my friends and some with my previous employers. So this is how it is. There are TAs who don't understand a bit of English. There are TAs who don't even speak English at all. They only use their phones to translate the vocabularies you teach the kids. So these TAs mostly are given directives by their employers or their managers to just monitor the mistakes of the teachers. So why am I saying this? You need to be very, very careful, and you need to know whatever you are teaching the kids are right. You need to be a boss of yourself. Do not let these TAs dictate to you. There are some instances where these TAs are going to report you to their manager or to their boss, even if you are right. There are some instances where they will distract you in the class and tell you, teacher, what you are teaching is wrong. Meanwhile, you are teaching the right thing. How can a TA who does not speak English or who does not understand English correct a teacher or prompt a teacher that a teacher is wrong? So if you as a teacher, you do not know what you are doing or what you are teaching, then this is going to worry you a lot. So be very, very careful and take note of destructive TAs. They do not understand English. They do not know anything about English, but they try to correct what you have taught right. They try to tell you that you are wrong. Hey, if you want to go be a teacher as a black-skinned person in Vietnam, you need to take care, or you need to look into that before you go. Be a boss of yourself. Do not let TAs distract you. That is point number. Now let's talk about this. Safety. So if you are a black-skinned person in Vietnam, let me be specific about this. If you are a Ghanaian in Vietnam and you are teaching or working as an English teacher, your safety is not guaranteed. Why am I saying this? I'm using this specifically for Ghanaians. Let me say this for Ghanaians. Okay, so your safety is not guaranteed in the sense that, number one, Ghanaians do not have embassy or government representatives in Vietnam. Our embassy is in Malaysia. So if you are going to Vietnam, you need to take note about that anytime you are in trouble, anytime you have troubles or you have problems in Vietnam, there is no government officials there to take you out of that trouble or to support you in that trouble. Mind you, even in countries where Ghanaian representatives or government representatives are, they do not offer maximum support like we should get whenever you are in trouble. I'm saying this because of experiences elsewhere. Now, if you are sick in Vietnam and you don't have supportive employers, trust me, going to the hospital to get right medication would be a very hectic time for you. Why am I saying this? Because most of the doctors and nurses do not speak English. So if you go there to explain your sickness to them or your illness to them, this is a hell for you. Maybe they will understand in a different way and give you wrong medication. So take note, if you have a motor accident, if you don't take care, hey, you stay at home without any support till you are healed. If you get yourself in any trouble and you don't have good employers like I had, you are going to suffer a lot. Yes, we have some Ghanaian organization in Vietnam which will support you in some ways, but what if they are not in your province or they are not in your city? That would be a very tough time for you. What if they cannot support you as much as you can? So kindly take note of this if you want to go be a teacher in Vietnam as a Ghanaian or a black-skinned person. Ghanaians do not have embassy there to support you. Now, this is what I have for you. Thank you so much. Please sit down, watch this video, take something good from this video. If you think this video is not helpful, hey, comment down below there and tell me what you didn't like about it. If this video is also helpful, just give it a thumbs up, give it a like, and also comment over there. Share this video to people who need to also see them, and also subscribe to my YouTube channel if you are new here. Let's make the family grow. Tell me what video you want me to make, and I'm going to try my best to make them for you. Thank you so much. Don't forget to strive for glory, strive for success, strive for travels, strive for everything that you want. See you in my next video. Bye bye.